And what we did as well was we double casted dash by turning on turn-based mode. And when we entered into combat, we got another turn of dash. So we had 3 uses of dash there, so we were able to just run all the way to the transponder and just finish the tutorial in under a minute. So, yeah. So now coming up is probably one of the biggest tricks in the game, one of the most popular tricks known as shadowboxing. So unfortunately for Shadowheart here, she's going to go through a bit of a rough time in this run. So what we're going to do here is line up in a very, very precise spot here. So I'm moving my camera at a specific angle so I can manipulate where I'm dropping this scroll here. So I'm going to drop it right at a pixel precise position here. Okay, hopefully that'll work. So now we're going to make our way to recruit Shadowheart, who, if you don't get her earlier, she will appear here at this doorway. So if you don't bring her in the prologue, she's right here. So now we're going to go ahead and recruit her, and the first thing that we're going to do is... Oh, goodbye, Shadowheart. Yeah, so don't worry about this. Okay. So Shadowheart's now dead. We're going to pick up her body, loot her corpse and everything, and we're going to go to camp. And we're going to get this box, and hopefully this will work. So we're going to cast a chromatic orb on the floor with fire, put Shadowheart in the box, and hopefully the box will break once we fling it here. And there we go. So now Shadowbox was just flown all the way across the map, and now she's back alive. So once we do a long rest, there she is back in camp, and we're going to leave camp and look where she is. She is all the way at Mountain Pass. So that was all done with that scroll that we dropped all the way in the back, and now we're at the end of Act 1 already. So now Shadowheart's going to return the favor. We're going to go ahead, pick up our body here. We turned on turn-based mode, and this causes a glitch called infinite status glitch. So basically now whenever our spells are cast on our character that we just picked up, it will last forever once we revive them here. So we revive our Tav. And we're going to go ahead and re-equip some important spells with Fog Cloud and in Featherfall. We're going to cast Enhanced Sleep here in Featherfall, and notice that my spell countdown is not going down here for these spells. And that is what Infinite Status Glitch does. So now here we're going to recruit Lae'zel, who is just so happens to be here at the creche if you don't recruit her earlier. And we're going to go ahead and cast Fog Cloud right at this spot here. And we're going to jump into it. The fog is kind of bugged out here, but don't worry about that. We're going to just jump past everyone here, and we're all the way into Act 2. So, yeah. Yeah, so Act 1 is very short because you don't have to do a lot of required things. You can basically, as long as you get to Act 2, you're able to proceed, although you will be severely under-leveled. So anything here is very scary to deal with. So you might ask how we're going to deal with some enemies. Well, we're going to have quite a few ways of doing that here. So now we're going to load in, and we're going to have our characters do a bunch of different things at the start here. So we're going to go ahead and have Shadowheart here disguise herself as a halfling, and that allows us to pick her up with a throw. But we're going to do something called kidnapping. So that's done with a frame-perfect input of left-click and canceling the throw animation, and it's pretty precise here. So This might take a couple tries. Oh, close. There we go. So now Shadowheart is now attached to me and will fly with me wherever I go. So now she's going to come down with me all the way down here. We're going to go ahead and talk to Kansif and this party here, which should take us to Moonrise Towers. But the reason why we're here is to actually get the Moon Lantern. So hopefully, okay, one time I rolled a 1 there, that was not fun. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get Chronos here. And we're going to have Shadowheart now cast Command Drop onto this Drider here, Chronos. And hopefully we get this Moon Lantern dropped. We're going to go ahead and pick it up. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and release Dolly here and get her to give us the spell to get through the Shadow Curse. So now we are all good to just go through all the Shadow Curse land area. Now here, this is what we're going to do with Lae'zel. We're going to have her path all the way into the distance here. This is where Last Light In is. And we just left-clicked to path Lae'zel all the way over. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and kill Shadowheart again. Okay, so we're going to do this because we need to pick up Shadowheart to carry her with us. We're going to go ahead, pick up everything from her, and carry her all the way with us as we make our way across Act 2 here. And it's very important that I put all of these items into Lae'zel's inventory because we are going to go to prison here. Yeah, I mean, after all the deeds we did to Shadowheart, I think that's kind of deserved. But we're going to go ahead, jump up this way. There's a lot of like enemies in like these nearby areas, so we have kind of a specific path. You can see there's enemies here. We don't want to interact with any of them. If we do, we're kind of screwed. Our character is still only level 1. We can level them up, but we'll wait for that. And we're going to make our way to the road to Baldur's Gate here. So if you end up going here early, you'll find out that you can't proceed to where Act 3 is. It puts you into this cutscene here, and then you enter down into the prison because they trapped you.
This is where we'll discover the secret.
And there we go. So Lae'zel made her way to Last Light In already, so right now it's going through some cutscenes and dialogue in the background while it's loading. So don't mind that long load screen there. Loading through. And we're going back to Artav. So Artav's going to jump down, and we're going to do another wall clip here. This one is pretty precise. It's called the Brain Cat Jump. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these Illithid Devourers. And I need to get into position here, so give me a second. It's kind of... There we go. So all the way at the other side, if we crouch, you can see these cones of vision, and that's where these enemies are pathing to. So we're going to have to jump all the way across, right at the path of where these guys are walking, and we are able to just jump through the wall right on top of them. So now if you know this area, this is where Catterick is. So this is the area with Catterick and the end of Act 2, basically, where we have to fight and defeat him. And it's going to be quite the way we're going to kill him here. So we're going to go ahead and get another level up by activating that neural apparatus. We're going to purge the pods, not release them, otherwise we get into a very big combat sequence, which is not good for us here. And just jump all the way to this platform here, which will take us down. And here we're going to do a bunch of level ups and characters set up here. So we're going to get Shadowheart back with a scroll of Revivify. We're also going to go to Lae'zel here, who right now is at Last Light In. And Lae'zel's going to go ahead and pick up this very important potion of invisibility right here. And we're able to just pick it up because it's not like a stolen item or an item that you can steal. You can just pick it up. And we're going to go ahead and give that to Shadowheart as well. So let me quick save here, just in case. And we're going to go ahead, drop Shadowheart on the ground, turn on turn-based mode, pick her up, turn off turn-based mode, put her back on the ground and revive her. And that gives her infinite status glitch as we make our way down. And she's pretty angry at us, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Now here, this is where spells are very important. We're going to be selecting some specific spells for this fight, which are Misty Step and Enhanced Leap. And we're going to go ahead and prepare these two for our Tav. Now for our next character, Lae'zel, we're going to have her as a fighter, and that will be an Eldritch Knight with Mage Hand, which is very important for this next part as well. And for Shadowheart, we're going to do something very unconventional and make her a druid as our multi-class here. So we're going to do Circle of the Moon, and that should give us the ability for Shadowheart to be in bear form. So now here we're going to have Shadowheart make her way this way, open this door to start this Act 2 Catheric fight, which has it's quite the battle. So now we're just skipping through all these cutscenes. We're going to go ahead and do all our prep here now as well. So I have to be very precise here. If I don't do this properly, things could go badly. But let's see. So we casted Enhanced Sleep, and now Featherfall for Shadowheart. We're going to have Shadowheart transform into a bear. Very nice bear. And we're going to make this bear a lot larger. Okay. Also going to switch the difficulty to Explore. So we're going to go ahead do this. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. Going to make sure I can sneak. We're going to cast Enhance or jump all the way to this corner here with our Tav and not get seen. We're going to turn this bear invisible and prep ourselves to jump all the way up here. Combat's not starting since no one has seen me yet. And we're going to cast Minor Illusion down at the bottom here. So once we do that, Catheric's going to make his way down. We're going to go Misty Step over to the Night Song and free her before Catheric makes... Oh, I was barely too slow for that. So I need Catheric to stay at the bottom in order for this to work. So it is pretty precise, need to be pretty accurate with casting Misty Step. And yeah, you have to also be very careful because any mistakes are pretty run-ending sometimes. So we'll go ahead, do this again. Get Bear, Featherfall, Enhanced Sleep on our Tav. I'm going to make this bear big. Going to make it visible, jump to the top here.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Going to sneak, jump all the way here. Cast Minor Illusion. And Misty Step to the Night Song. So now that combat started, we're freeing the Night Song, so now Catheric is no longer invincible. So we're going to go ahead and with Shadowheart here, we're going to just jump right on top of him and he's dead. So that's not it. So now we have to deal with Merkel here, but it just so happens that we can do the same thing and just jump at a very precise angle right on top of him. Oh. I should have quick saved. That's my bad. I didn't get the jump properly, so it was just barely off. So I'm going to have to do this again, which, I mean, more time to enjoy the Shadowheart pair. Okay. Oh, I did quick save. Okay, that's good. Okay, so right here, quick save. Yeah, this is a pretty precise spot, and I have to jump at a perfect angle here to land right on top of Merkel. That was close. Okay. Yeah, hopefully this works out. But yeah, the reason why this works is because with our very large bear, it has a lot of weight value, and items that are dropped in this game with high weights can deal damage. So because the bear is just very large and very like heavy in general, we're able to just do this. So let me line it up again. That's not it. That's really surprising that that's not it. Okay. We'll just keep going. I do have backup saves in case this doesn't work, but I do want to make sure this works. Okay, let's try it from here. No? Okay. We're going to keep going. We got this. Okay. Yeah, the jump pathing is kind of weird as well. So what I'm doing is, you notice that it says path is interrupted, and that is because you're not really supposed to jump in that position, but by mashing jump and interact quickly, you're able to get around that. So let me go ahead. Okay. Let's try. Okay, let me get this backup save. Okay, it's unfortunate, but yeah, sometimes it just happens. But yeah, let's pretend we just beat Merkel. Woo! We did it. Okay. But yeah, after defeating Merkel, you just loot Catheric's body that remains, and then you just end up right here after the Catheric fight, back in Moonrise Towers. So once we load in here, there we go. So now we're going to just go ahead and recruit Jaheira here, who's with us now that we defeated them and we saved the camp and everything. And now we're going to go ahead and make our way out. So Isabel is going to stop us with Dame Aelin, and we don't want them to join us, otherwise we get some extra camp scenes, which is pretty slow. But we're going to go ahead and talk to Wolbrin here to get some of this gold. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and travel to Road to Baldur's Gate. So this is at the end of Act 2. And we're going to go ahead and head to camp here by long resting. And this is because we're going to have Jaheira do a few things with her level ups here.
I shall be here in my camp.
So we're going to go ahead and change our class. And that is going to be a fighter. No, a wizard. There we go. Wizard. Have to make sure I have the correct spells and cantrips. I like to just do everything similar to my tab here. So we're maxing our strength, dexterity, and in this case, constitution. And now here, we're going to go ahead and do some specific levels here for conjuration. Going to get Misty Step and Invisibility. more level ups here. These ones don't matter as much, but these feats do. We're going to buff up our strength for Jaheira since she's going to be doing quite a few things here. I'm going to prepare all the correct spells here. Going to do more. And Jaheira's already at a high level since by default she starts at, I believe, base level 8. So we're able to just have her have all of these extra stats just because of that. For the rest of our party, we're only up to level 4, I believe. So it's going to be quite different of a story for these characters. Just make sure I have every spell correct here. Don't think I need to replace spells here. And we're going to need alert. Now for our Tav, just choose whatever here. Invisibility is important. And alert. And alert is just for the initiative. And Shadowheart's level does not matter here. So now we're going to long rest. It's going to end the day. And we're going to head over into Act 3. But in between that is the Gif Yankee fight, which is very difficult, but we're going to do some workarounds here. So we're going to jump here, head into Baldur's Gate, and have this long set of cutscenes here. Woo! Okay. So how's everyone doing today? Yeah? Hopefully you guys are all excited for the other runs on the schedule, including, I believe, Call of Duty 4 is next by Bri. Let's go. Yeah. So, yeah.
Beyond the...
Okay, so now into this intermission sequence, we're going to go ahead and just jump off the edge. Okay, goodbye, Tav. We'll miss you.
Watch your elders and learn.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and long rest. And hopefully this works out. This is a pretty precise trick here. Okay, so I did not get the first turn initiative, which is unfortunate, but it should be fine. Okay. So now with Lae'zel, we're going to cast Mage Hand. And we're going to go ahead and use our extra action to cast Enhanced Sleep. And we're going to skip this fight here. So we're going to use this jump all the way to this portal. And we're going to alternate between our Mage Hand and our Dead Tav here. So we're going to go ahead and enter the portal while alternating between the two. And if we do it correctly, we should be able to keep this portal open, like so. And now we're going to go ahead and shove Shadowheart off the edge. Yes. Sorry, Shadowheart. It might take a little bit. Okay. And there we go. And there she is. So now Shadowheart's dead. And that gives us control back to our characters here. So we're going to go ahead and sneak our way back through the astral plane portal. And we're going to just sleep, even though everyone's still here. And you'll notice, yeah, they're still here. They're angry at us still, but we're not going to worry about them. They're going to attack us, but because we're here, we can just leave camp. And yeah, we're into Act 3. So if you thought this run was already very weird, we're going to go even weirder here. So at the start here, we're going to go into some very interesting things with our extra spells from Jaheira. So we're going to go ahead, pick up our Tav, and we're going to do some interesting things here. So another thing you might have noticed is I'm moving my spells around in the hotbar sometimes. That is to animation cancel. So it cancels the animation of the spell cast, which saves a little bit of time. So now here we're just jumping over, and we're going to jump to Lens here, who is actually Orin in disguise. So we're going to go ahead and kidnap Lens. We're going to jump over to the other side here, and this goes around the guards here. And hopefully I do this properly. This is a very precise trick. So we dropped off Lens by canceling the kidnap, and we're going to go ahead and...
Quiet.
Okay. Lens turned around, so that's going to be kind of annoying. Okay, let me remember how to do this. We're going to pickpocket our tab into their inventory. So now our tab is in Lens's inventory. We're going to go ahead and cast our Mage Hand here. I'm going to short rest to refresh it. And then we're going to make sure our Mage Hand is going to shove Lens at the precise time here. So we're going to save just in case. And we're going to do this. So sneak, shove, and at the precise moment we're going to... Oh, not quite. Yeah, this is very precise. So I'm going to be casting our spell here, which is I believe it's a level 7 conjuration spell for benign teleport, to basically teleport to any friendly character. And because our friendly character is currently in the inventory here, you can imagine what's going to happen. So right here, we're going to do this again. Going to shove.
Do what must be done.
Oh, target is not in sight because Jaheira's at a bad position. That's my fault. Need to go around the other way. It's because Lens kind of turned around. Normally you can do it from the other side, which is a lot easier. This way I kind of have to improvise a bit. So let me just move to this angle here. This should work.
Work to be done.
And there we go. So now we just teleported. And we're kind of in a very weird room here. There's a lot of weird, unique things. But we're going to just pick up Gortash's Netherstone, which just so happens to be here. And now we're going to just go ahead, teleport back to Worm's Crossing. I'm going to cast Mage Hand to get it back. And yeah, just cast Misty Step to refresh Benign Teleportation. And we're going to cast all our spells on Jaheira as we make our way through to the lower city. So yeah, we're just jumping across here. Sure, there's guards here not letting us through, but for some reason you can literally just clip through the bridge. Yep, that's how it works. Yeah, we're just jumping all the way to the lower city, past all of these guys, and not worry about Gortash anymore. I mean, we already have this Netherstone, which is now just 2 of 3 Netherstones completed. So now we're going to make our way to Orin's Netherstone. And normally it's a pretty long journey through the lower city. You have to go through the sewers and everything. We're going to do kind of a alternate route here. Still in the sewers, but it's quite unique. So once we go into the lower city, all our characters get revived because the the game just forces a party revive if any of your characters are dead at this section. I believe it does it at certain other sections, including, for instance, Mountain Pass, which is why Shadowheart got revived over there. So now all our characters are back alive, but we're going to go ahead and kill our Tav here. So let's get our hammer out. Just make sure I have all the items. Put this bell into Jaheira's inventory and just strike our Tav down. So now once they're dead, we're going to go ahead and pick them up and make our way into the sewers through this manhole.
Really won't feel it.
And because we have a bludgeoning tool, we're able to just break this wall with it. And head over to the closest Orin spawn here, which is right at this door. So we're going to do a cutscene interrupt here with the fairy bell in Act 2. So we jump here while mashing the bell, and that causes the cutscene with the fairy here to happen. And it causes Orin, who's disguised as Yenna here, to get pretty messed up and kind of just bug out here. So we're going to go ahead and put our Tav into their inventory, put our mage hand down. Let me save here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to shove as we teleport to our Tav here. And that causes us to get teleported to this dev room. Yeah, and as you can see, there's so many unique things in these areas. And one of them is Orin's Netherstone right here. So we pick that up. It gives us this cutscene, even though we're totally not in this area. And we're going to go ahead and travel back to Basilisk Gate and just make our way back down, because we still need to get to the Morphic Pools, to the final section of the game. But the easiest way to do that is to go through all the lower city. You have to do all the puzzles and stuff there, and there's a lot of enemies. So we're going to instead just go back here. Orin's still talking to our mage hand, and our Tav is on the ground here. We're going to go ahead, pick them back up, and put them back into this inventory here. Gonna quick save once more. I do need to Misty Step to refresh this. And we're going to now go into our cutscene with the mage hand, and we're going to teleport at a very precise time. So I have to use this dialogue cue.
There it will be set free.
And if we do it correctly, there we go. We got teleported all the way to Ball Temple. So now here we're just jumping up, and normally you have to go through this door. It's an entire thing. But you can just Misty Step through it at a very precise spot through the door, and we're through the other side. So now we're here into this area, making our way all the way to the final sequence of the game. So we're just going to jump all the way up top, jump through here, and head onto the skiff, which will take us to the Morphic Pools. And there's a lot of rats here. We just have to kind of be careful with them, because if you stay in one area too long, they will start combat with you. And yeah, we're now into the final section of the game. So now we're loading in, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here. Normally there's this long cutscene with the Nether Brain, but if you have another dead character... Goodbye, Lae'zel. it's going to skip it. So all of the cutscenes and stuff for that will skip. So that includes all the extra dice rolls and shenanigans associated with that. And we're going to go ahead and jump all the way to this opposite route. You can do this glitchless as well. It's just all the way there. And just jump through this back door section here. And there's a lot of enemies in this area we have to kind of be careful with. So we're just making sure we don't interact with them. If we do start combat, it should be fine. And we're just jumping all the way to where the nether brain spawns in. And it's going to drop down all the way to the bottom. So we can skip all these extra slowdowns by just jumping straight here. We skip the cutscenes. And now we are here into the astral portal. So one more tidbit here is because we skipped the gift fight earlier, they all are still here. So we're going to have to do a workaround here as well. We're going to go ahead and pick up our Tav here with infinite status. Going to revive them. And we're going to make sure that they are the proper level here. So we're going to level up once more and make sure that we have invisibility equipped. And we are going to make our way down with our Tav. That is invisible. So we're going to just jump down, and because we're invisible, all of these enemies will not interact with us. But they're still here. You can see one's there. There's going to be a couple up top here. Yeah, just chilling with the Emperor.
You will give the stones to me.
So now we're not going to give the stones to the Emperor, but we're going to work with him here. We're going to talk to him, and we're going to become a Mind Flayer. And this gives us quite the unique set of buffs here.
Come, it's time to leave.
So we head out of the astral plane, and we're into the upper city, the final sequence here. All these big boss battles ahead, and goodbye, Shadowheart. Okay, so now Jaheira's going to do all the hard work here. We're going to have Jaheira jump past all of these enemies. So because of her 20 strength here, we're able to jump very far distances, especially with Athlete. So we're just jumping on top of these rooftops here. We're going to go ahead and cast invisibility here, but we also have to be very careful because there's some enemies that have C invisibility, including one here. So we have to be extremely careful with our pathing. So we just jump up top there. There's like enemies all around, so we're just avoiding all of these encounters here. So just jump all the way here. And we're going to jump all the way up top here through the ceiling here by mashing jump straight through and jump through the brainstem all the way to the top. And now that we're here, we're going to switch back to our Tav. And we're going to cast the most broken spell in the game, which is Fierce Perilous Stakes here. So this spell gives you an additional 15 psychic damage on every attack. So with infinite status, we're able to stack as many of these as we want. So it deals a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead and make both the Emperor... Oh, that's not the Emperor. The Emperor and our Tav invisible. And we're going to switch over to Jaheira as well and make her invisible. And as we go up the brainstem, we are able to just not get into combat here. And yeah, we're going to just head on over to the Nether Brain. So because we're invisible, we can just have our Tav here. Also, time is coming up pretty soon. We have to be kind of careful. Sometimes these enemies have a C invisibility or spirit guardians, and if you interact with any of them, you will start combat. But by casting the spell to activate the Crown of Karsus here while we're invisible, it skips the 2 turns that it takes to open it up, and we're able to just instantly go to this fight here. And now here, with our magic missiles, the strongest spell in the game with all our 15 psychic damage buffs, we're going to just destroy the nether brain here, and time is basically once the nether brain is dead. And there we go. Yeah. And yeah, that's Baldur's Gate 3, any percent all X. It was really cool to showcase this run. And yeah, big shout outs to the Baldur's Gate 3 speedrunning community. It's very cool. Shout outs to all my friends of the other speedrunning communities I've been a part of. Shout out to Cirrus Fauna from HoloLive. Woo! Okay. Yeah, it's really cool to showcase this. I know Larian is here at PAX. I really want to go ahead and see the booth. It's
actually,
so
on
crowded.
that note, we do have a little bit of a surprise for you.
Oh,
We do have a representative here from Larian
oh,
bringing a gift.
oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm Funke.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm on the community team at Larian, and we wanted to say thank you for learning and breaking this game in such a beautiful way. You're fantastic at it. So here is a limited edition collector's edition.
Oh
of Baldur's
my
Gate.
gosh.
Great.
I'm so amazed. I actually bought the deluxe edition for myself at home just because I love this game so much.
Oh my gosh.
So I have like now a 3rd copy of Baldur's Gate 3
Let's
with me.
go!
I'm so happy. Oh my gosh.
I hope you have a great day, yo.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Very cool to showcase this. Very cool to be here for PAX West. It's amazing. And yeah.
Yeah, keep it up.
Boy.
Bye.
Yeah.
GDQ, you guys rock. Bye.
All right, thank you very much, Chronos and Larian Studios, for that amazing gift to Chronos. We are going to be getting ready for our next run coming up right after this. And you won't want to miss it. You'll be able to see the run, but not everyone will. Our runner will be blindfolded.